Yo! I had a 17 pressure and mix-ups guide up on the channel a while ago, but how can y'all apply it if y'all can't get in? So here's finally a neutral guide for Android 17 for those who wanted it. I'm gonna keep this one very character specific with unique tips for 17, but apply these with all your other universal movement patterns. And if anyone knows him well and has played him a lot, feel free to leave your tips in the comments too to help out others. Alright, so some key things with his normals is that 5M and Jam are your go-to ones. 5M has a great range covering a dash length, perfect for whiff punishes, footsies from neutral going in and out of their range, to hit their landings and more, although it do be a bit weaker since it's not a low. JM is your go-to air normal, giving you a good option to throw out that can also cross up from neutral. And of course JL and JH as appropriate for like staircase situations. He has two more useful grounded pokes, a more committal one with his auto combo. This reaches almost full screen and can also low crush, which could be nice against characters that like to slide in the DMs to poke from further away. This is great to throw out quickly to chase them down when they retreat, like after a backdash, when they're landing, or when they're getting squished to the corner. It's less committal than a super dash since they can 2H it and you don't have to go for the whole string after starting it, so you're able to cancel into different things after just the first hit or two if you want to. And he also has his 3H. Besides being a sliding poke, it's amazing to catch landings. After they've used up their air actions and you know where they'll land, 3H is more useful than 5M because it's a low with more range, and it's also an anti-air. Usually this landing snipe situation involves either getting your poke to land for a combo or to get him to block, even with assist, or they turn super aggressive with an advancing poke, the universal one being super dash to counter your forward approach. But 3H counters super dash at times, so it covers his landing situations better than most. You can easily confirm with 5S for combos or 5S reset or frame trap pressure string. And of course get into his Rekkas. Speaking of 5S, it's a good low committal poke of course like a regular key blast, being able to fire up to 6 where you can whiff punish, lock them down and limit movement, and also just bait them with a few to get like a 2H super dash punishing. If you're closer in zone 2, this bait gets stronger since close range super dashes are better counters, but pairing it with 3H right away can help deal with that and if they block. So this is another way to extend your range and pokes and to snipe their landings from further away. Now going back to his staircase situation, something great with 17 is that he gets mixed right away from this situation. If they get hit, you combo up. If they block, you can use his delay 236M for an extra overhead. Use H if you want to continue the combo, which actually strings, where L can't be continued at all. What's nice is that you can mix this in with 214H fastfall into Rekka 2M for a quick low. Doing 214M to fastfall is slower, and you can use 214L to cross up actually. The EX flash with the overhead and fastfall helps make them look very similar to confuse opponents. This is stronger if you staircase them down before they can land since they won't be able to use a reflect OS. And also you can alternate it with DR grabs as well. This also applies with this auto combo 5LL to lock them down, which is even easier to hit confirm as well. Now JS also allows you to get this mix in, which works great at different areas. Since it has this huge downward angle, it covers them when they're right below you, which JM and JH doesn't hit. So JS is amazing when you're the one retreating, such as when they try to snipe your landings or approach for an air to air. Also great if you can float around them to get hit from higher away where it's not as expected. If you're close, you can confirm with the super dash the combo as well. Just be careful of using it if they're above you, or if they're approaching too fast where you notice it too late, since they can go under you to punish. If you do notice it, this is where a quick overhead Rekka can be useful to trip them up. It can also be great after a block super dash, since it's a safer way to overextend as it can be 2H. Leading to mix on block once again. Similarly, also useful after a sparked empty vantage as is very tight, beats 2H, and you have an air dash available. Just be careful if you use this too much since they can super dash through it if expected, so it's nice to alternate in with your normals to layer this neutral mind gaming. Nothing much to say for 22S, it's like a beam after you charge it. Only great from zone 3 as a long range poke, and you get an upward hitting one that stops jumps as well, which works if you do the air version too. Can be used if they're grounded, which can lock them down with 5S. or as they're landing since he fires an angled one as well. Also, if you have his B assist, you can get up to 3 charges, so you can fire 3 beams in a row without having to recharge. Now, don't just throw Rekkas around randomly, since most people can just float and wait to punish. M and H Rekkas can be useful for long range landing snipes. Just input the Rekka without cancelling it, so you get this anti-air hit, so it also deals a super dash. On top of that, if they alter their landing and try to go offensive, you can react whenever with a barrier. It's also another efficient way to counter assist usage. Instead of reflect or jumping above them, you can go through them with a health one for M and H, which can really throw them off guard since you're turning their advantage around. This has a tight window, especially with H though, so get used to that. Now you can also hold these to not get anything but the dash. Another great tip is to not rush your cancels if you avoid it. Most people wait on your barrier for the super negative frames, so it can be better to just opt for the negative frames of your normals and then continue to neutral instead of fully committing to a more disadvantaged barrier on width. Also on block, you can now cancel the barrier blast into other Rekkas as well if you fail a read or something, so it's not over there. Something else you can cancel into are his aerial jumps. 2 through 6S brings him to the right side of the screen and 2 and 4S to the left side. In Rekkas, you can just input 4 or 6S to get these faster. This has a few implications. If you use your double jumps, you can use the one that's closest to the nearest wall to quickly change the sides of the field, which becomes very useful if you get trapped to the corner, as the time it takes to hit the corner wall to escape out is very small, making it hard to punish, as long as you fast wall so your back isn't turned. You can use it alongside assist to quickly lock them down, can be useful quick poke, or to retreat after your Rekkas if things don't go right, or if your pokes do hit on block like after JS, which you can still escape it. Cancelling the animation right when he touches the wall into a fast fall option, then proceed from there is way better than letting it all rock. So it's great to escape back to neutral, react to an approach, and more, but because you're vulnerable before you touch the wall, its best use is as a bait. It's super fast anyways, so if they really try to punish it, by the time they react, you'll be able to reach the wall. So if they commit to super dash, you get a free barrier info super or level 3 to fully counter them. Just be careful of the blue life and try to use that to your advantage, like if they try to tag because of the blue life. Even if you get this extended wall animation, keep inputting your super as fast as you can because it'll come out eventually once you do touch the wall. They can only really punish it if they predict it, which makes them more prone to mistakes in general in neutral, which you can capitalize off of just universal things. If they commit to a punish too late after a fast fall, barrier is always nice. And this super thing applies to anywhere on neutral, as it's a full screen punish that can be used during your floats, or to punish high committal things like beams on reaction. To conclude, assists can also be paired with these tools to further their effectiveness, locking them down for an overhead, keeping your Rekka safer, or even a quick crossing tool as you circle around them. Don't forget to incorporate these alongside your universal movements and see what works best for you. Hope y'all enjoyed this one, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.